Hi guys, I'm Clark.
And I'm Marissa.
And this is the VividVerse Demo.
Before jumping into the demo, we'll provide some quick context on why the platform is laid out the way it is. Our goal with VividVerse is to put relatable resources at your fingertips.
One of the issues often found with Bible platforms is a disjointed user experience. Many Bible apps do a good job connecting you to research for a given verse or chapter. However, in order to access that resource, you'll often be led to another page or an external website altogether, creating a suboptimal user experience.
The second typical issue is that those resources might also be intimidating for the common user and geared more toward the seminary student who wants to systematically break down a text rather than created for the vast majority of us who did not go to seminary.
VividVerse improves on these issues by 1. Inviting users to a platform that is self-contained on a single page, and 2. Providing relatable resources. Most importantly, the community comments. So this is the home page of VividVerse. It defaults to the Bible section. There is also a devotional section and a collaboration section, which we'll jump into in a moment. But for now, let's explore the Bible section by selecting our book, in this case Ephesians, as well as our chapter 4. You can see, as is typical, a scrollable card for the scripture. But what differentiates VividVerse is that when you hover over any text that has additional content behind it, that verse will glow. And when you click on it, up pops the community's insights and comments. Of course, you have the standard option to bookmark or share a verse, but over on the right are the insights. These are really the beating heart of VividVerse. Insights from believers like you and me that are relatable and modern, creating an engaging, uplifting experience. As you upvote the verses, they will rise in popularity, and you also have the option to write your own insights and toggle them to be public or private. In the same tab, you can view the history of your notes. The final feature of the Bible section is the Go Deep tab. This allows you to see resources that are perhaps a bit more structured than community insights. When applicable, there will be editor's notes to add context or explain confusing verses, as well as commentary resources. Next up is the devotional section. The framework here was structured to resemble a browse page for a streaming video platform. The idea being, devotionals are captivating content to be consumed. The devos are categorized not by book of the Bible or even biblical topic, but by genres that are meant to evoke an emotional reaction. You can scroll horizontally through these cards and hover over them to get a description. And you can scroll vertically to see other genres. You can, of course, add a devo to your collection. And if the devo is a multiple day study, you can pick up on the day you last left off. The format of each devo is fairly standardized, with typical sections like intro, verses, questions, so that when we ask authors to create devotionals for the site, they have a framework to simplify the process. Finally, there is the collaboration section. This feature is very simply the combination of the Bible and Devo sections. The concept here is that study groups from church, or outreach teams, or groups of friends can create their own Bible studies for different seasons, with multiple days or weeks per study, and develop them under an easy-to-use framework. They can write their own openings, pick their own verses, create their own questions. The big differentiator here is group members can select any part of the study, any title or block of text, and append it with comments. This especially comes in handy under the questions section. And overall, this feature equips teams with a resource that would allow them to do fully remote studies if they chose to. To leverage this feature for virtual studies, one group member could simply share their screen on Zoom or Slack, and the other members could follow along and even augment the experience by looking at their notes on their VividVerse app.
This feature is more important now than ever. There will always be a need for believers to connect remotely. Christians who perhaps met at college or as summer camp counselors, or even hometown friends that moved away, need a resource to connect them. And with the practices of social distancing potentially lingering far into the future, VividVerse will help connect friends virtually and spiritually.
We'll end the demo by showing you how the desktop platform translates to a mobile version. Because the desktop version was built largely vertical cards for a framework, the cards fill out a mobile screen nicely. The mobile version contains all the same features as the desktop platform, and the cards simply overlay one another when you want to do things like look at insights or go deeper. Likewise, the Devo section was also intentionally built through vertical elements that would translate seamlessly to a mobile view. And as we emphasized, the navigational flow is meant to feel logical and local so that you can truly have relatable resources at your fingertips.